Are you scared of grammar? Don't worry, you are not alone. Grammar looks big and scary at first, but really, it is just a few simple rules that help your words travel to the right place. Imagine grammar as the traffic rules for words. Without rules, words would drive around and crash into each other. With grammar, words know where to go, when to stop, and how to move together. That way, your sentence runs smoothly, like cars on a calm road. Hi, I'm Tyler, and welcome back to English Learning Hub. In this lesson, we'll meet grammar step by step, from the smallest parts, like nouns and verbs, to making longer sentences and talking about time, past, present, future. By the end, that scary grammar book will look more like a small, friendly notebook you can carry everywhere. Let's begin. Step 1. Start with parts of speech, or building blocks of sentences. Think of parts of speech as word categories, or roles each word can play in a sentence. Every word in English is one of these categories. There are 8 main parts of speech: nouns, pronouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, conjunctions, and interjections. Learning these is the first step in grammar, like sorting tools in a toolbox by function. Nouns name people, places, things, or ideas. For example, teacher, Paris, book, happiness. Pronouns stand in for nouns: he, we, it, someone. Verbs show actions or states of being: run, think, is, seem. Adjectives describe nouns: big, red, happy, important. Adverbs describe verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs: quickly, very, almost, well. Prepositions show relationships in space or time: in, on, after, before. Conjunctions connect words or clauses: and, but, because, although. Interjections express emotion or surprise: wow, oh, ouch. These parts of speech explain how each word is used. For example, knowing whether a word is a verb or a noun tells you how it fits in a sentence. To learn grammar, begin by recognizing and understanding each part of speech. Step 2. Learn sentence structure: subjects, verbs, and objects. Once you know your word categories, learn how to arrange them in a sentence. The simplest English sentence has at least a subject and a verb. The subject is who or what the sentence is about, often a noun or pronoun, and the verb tells what action or state that subject has. For example, the dog barks. Here, the dog, subject, and barks, verb, make a complete sentence. Without a subject and a verb, a sentence doesn't make sense. After basic subjects and verbs, many sentences include an object: who or what is affected. English word order is usually subject plus verb plus object. For example, the girl reads a book. The girl, subject, reads, verb, a book, object. My brother eats an apple. My brother, subject, eats, verb, an apple, object. In each case, the noun after the verb is what receives the action. This SVO order is a key rule. Remember these tips. In a simple sentence, adjectives usually go before nouns: big house. And adverbs often go after the verb: runs quickly. For more practice, write short sentences by picking a subject and a verb, then adding describing words or objects to make them longer. Step 3. Learn verb tenses. Talking in time. Grammar also tells us when things happen. English has 3 main tenses: past, present, and future. Each of these has different forms. Beginners should first get comfortable with the simple versions of each tense. Simple present: do, does. She walks to school. Or state verbs, I am happy. Simple past, did. They walked yesterday. Simple future, will, going to. He will walk tomorrow. As you advance, you learn continuous is walking, perfect, has walked, and more. Learning tenses one at a time is like adding layers. Start with simple forms, then expand. Make timelines or charts and practice by changing verbs. Walk, walked, will walk. Over time, you'll handle more complex forms, but mastering the basic 3 tenses first is crucial. Step 4. Phrases and clauses. Making complex sentences. Once simple sentences are comfortable, move on to building complex ones. That means combining ideas with clauses and phrases. A clause is a group of words with a subject and a verb. An independent clause can stand alone as a sentence. A subordinate or dependent clause cannot. For example, independent, I finished my homework. Subordinate, because I had time. This fragment needs an independent clause to make sense. Putting them together, I finished my homework because I had time. Here, I finished my homework is independent. Because I had time is dependent. Practice combining clauses. Use conjunctions for and, nor, but, or, yet, so, or words like because, if, when to join clauses. Learn about phrase types too, prepositional phrases, infinitive phrases, and more, which add detail but lack a full subject verb. Building and rearranging clauses helps you form longer sentences. When writing or speaking, try connecting 2 short sentences. She was hungry, she made a sandwich. She made a sandwich because she was hungry. This way, you apply grammar to real ideas, not just drills. Step 5. Building vocabulary alongside grammar. Grammar rules are no use without words to apply them to. Once you know parts of speech, start learning new vocabulary. Choose useful everyday words and find out their parts of speech and forms. For example, noun, city. Adjective, urban. Use flashcards, apps, or word lists sorted by part of speech categories. When you learn a new verb, practice putting it into a sentence and change it by tense or subject. For a new noun, try making it plural, possessive, and using articles. Notice patterns. For example, many adverbs end in ly. Vocabulary feeds grammar. It gives you more material to practice the rules with. Just remember to also practice using these words in speaking or writing, not only memorizing lists. Practice makes perfect. Exercises and real use. Grammar study works best when mixed with real language use. Try these strategies. Grammar exercises and quizzes. Use them to test specific rules. For example, fill in the blanks, matching parts of speech, error correction. These exercises glue the rules in your mind. But don't stop there. Immediately apply what you learn. Write sentences or short paragraphs. Use new structures or tenses. For example, after learning the past tense, write about your day yesterday. Read and listen. Pay attention to how grammar is used in stories, articles, songs, or videos. For instance, notice verb tenses in a news story or how adjectives describe characters. Speak and write out loud. Practice speaking English and check your grammar as you go. It's crucial to use the language frequently. Just doing grammar exercises and nothing else won't make you fluent. Always try to speak, listen, or write regularly. By combining study with action, grammar sticks better. Balance practice with grammar. Speak and write a lot, then correct mistakes and learn from them. Over time, your brain recognizes patterns automatically. The key is consistency. Doing a little every day beats cramming. Grammar becomes second nature when you use it frequently. Here's a quick practice you can do now. Pick a verb like play. Say 4 sentences. I play. I'm playing. I played. I will play. Make a question. Do you play? Make a negative. I don't play. You can learn grammar. Start small. Use short sentences. Speak every day. Draw, act, and laugh. Grammar is a tool, not a test. Use it like a friend who helps your words travel. Thanks for watching. If this grammar lesson helped, try one step today and tell us in the comments which step you are on. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more easy lessons. See you next time. Keep practicing and have fun.